Welcome to Hatching Creativity. This isn't just another behavioral health podcast. This is the place where thought leaders converge to talk about real-life challenges, breakthroughs, and pivotal aha moments. Welcome to Hatching Creativity. Today, I speak with James Campbell. He's with the Southeast Addiction Technology Transfer Service and the Addiction Professionals of South Carolina. Here, James gives his advice on how to best advocate to your legislators and some steps that you can take to get the most effective results from those efforts. And remember, if you like what you hear, please leave a comment, subscribe, and tell all your friends about Hatching Creativity. If you had something that you wanted to discuss with your legislators, how would you go about doing that?
I think the first step I would do in that is make sure I'm informed and educated on the subject. Again, I refer you back to ADHD. I do have a propensity for charging and tilting windmills on occasion. So I have to make sure I have my stuff together and my facts in order before I go off on a crusade. So that's going to be my first step, is gathering the information, making sure that I've talked to the people who are in the know and who know what's going on. My second step is going to be to reach out to their office, and I'm going to do that in some sort of written fashion first, probably email, just because snail mail takes forever. I'm going to send an email to their office. I'm probably going to get a response from an aide or somebody working in that office. My next step in that chain is to try to schedule tell them what I want, tell them what the issue is, ask if I can send them some information, provide that information in a very succinct, as easy to follow format as possible, because those people are incredibly busy and it's not their job to become experts on everything in the world. The more we can make that palatable and make that something easy to digest, the better. And then ultimately what I'm trying to do is build trust, like let them know that, all right, I'm a person who knows what I'm talking about. I'm a person who's passionate about this, and I am a voter, and I also am not alone, that I'm part of a constituency, that I'm a part of a broader group. And these are some solutions. So I don't want to just bring the problem. Here are some solutions we think will help, and be very specific about those. I find that if you can do that, they're at least receptive to hearing you out. They may not always side with you or always go the way you want to go, or they may be politically misaligned with where you're trying to get to.
Right.
But it at least lets them know, when I have this issue come up again, who was that person who sent that information before? It begins to cultivate a little bit of a rapport there.
Yeah, it keeps you in front of them too. When you approach a legislator, are you only going after and speaking to people that are in your local district, or are you talking with other people around the state? Do you find that to be helpful to speak with people that are outside of your district?
I think it can be. I think that people listen more when they know that you can vote on them. Just to be frank. So I think it's an easier sell when you're talking to people who are in some form or fashion your representatives. But that doesn't preclude reaching out to others as well. What I'm probably more likely at this point in my life to invest my time in, though, is finding somebody else who is in that area or who is a constituent and saying, hey, I have some great information. I wonder if your legislator might want to know about this, because I just sent it to mine.
Right.
And so having that conversation in that way can help move that forward and grease those skids a little bit, so that there isn't a barrier of, well, they live in the upstate and we're in the low country, or, that sort of thing.
One of the things I found too is finding out who's sponsoring the bills and going to speak with those people, because they have a vested interest in those bills passing. So you can kind of go out that direction and try to build some allies with the people sponsoring it. What would you say is the best resource to go online and find out who your local legislators are?
I always just start with the state government website and just pull it up there. From there, you usually can get links to them and see what their platform is. And for me, that's helpful, because there are some folks who, when I read their platform, I know that mental health is not on their radar. Behavioral health, addictions, that just isn't on their radar. There's others that when I read it, it's specifically noted in their platform, which lets me know I'm more likely to find an ally more easily here. So I start with the low hanging fruit, and then continue to chip away at the ones that maybe are a little not as inclined to embrace those initiatives initially.
You know, it's a great question that I've had a lot of success with is who else do you know? Who else do you know that may be interested in talking about this?
Mm.
If you phrase it as, do you know somebody else I could talk to? They'll always tell you no, because that's just a closed-ended question, right? But if you start with an open-ended question and say, who can I talk to that may be another advocate here, or that we may be able to speak with about making an impact in this, and this, people are much more likely to throw a name to you. Thanks for tuning in to Hatching Creativity. We appreciate your support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and tell all your friends about the show. And remember, it's never just about one thing.